Have you ever felt the yearning to connect with something greater than yourself? To uncover a path that leads not only to inner peace, but to a profound understanding of the world around you? Deep in the heart of the Himalayas lies a treasure trove of wisdom, Tibetan rituals and traditions that have withstood the test of time, offering a glimpse into the resilience and spirituality of an ancient culture. Tibetan history is not just a collection of dates and events. It's a living, breathing story shaped by faith, devotion, and the unbreakable bond between humanity and nature. These rituals are more than ceremonies. They're windows into a way of life deeply rooted in Buddhist philosophy, a path that seeks to harmonize the body, mind, and soul. Imagine standing on the windswept plains of Tibet, surrounded by towering peaks as monks clad in crimson robes chant prayers that echo through the valleys. Each word, each gesture is steeped in meaning. The spinning of prayer wheels, the rhythmic sound of Tibetan horns, and the intricate sand mandalas are not just beautiful, they are expressions of a belief system that sees the sacred in every moment. These ancient practices, handed down through generations, carry the essence of Tibetan Buddhism, a tradition that teaches compassion, mindfulness, and the pursuit of enlightenment. The rituals remind us of the impermanence of life, urging us to embrace every moment fully. They connect us with the wisdom of the past while guiding us toward a more conscious and compassionate future. In today's journey, we'll explore the sacred spaces of Tibetan monasteries, where walls are adorned with vibrant murals depicting stories of deities and enlightened beings. We'll uncover the significance of meditation, mantra recitation, and offerings, rituals designed to awaken the spirit and cultivate a deep sense of peace. These rituals are not just relics of the past. They're alive in the hearts of those who practice them. They hold lessons for all of us, no matter where we are on our spiritual journey. As we delve into these profound traditions, let's open our minds to the teachings they offer, a chance to reconnect with ourselves, with others, and with the universe. So, come with me on this journey to the heart of Tibetan history. Let's unlock the stories, the secrets, and the spirituality that continue to inspire millions around the world. This is not just a look at the past. It's an invitation to transform the present. Tibetan rituals carry the whispers of 1,000 years of history, a living bridge between ancient wisdom and the spiritual journeys of today. Rooted deeply in the teachings of Buddhism and interwoven with the indigenous Bon traditions, these practices embody a harmony that unites the external world with the internal soul. They are not just rituals. They are a reflection of the Tibetan way of life, shaped by the resilience of its people and their enduring connection to the sacred. Imagine stepping into the breathtaking landscapes of the Himalayas, where the air is crisp and the mountains stand like silent witnesses to centuries of devotion. In this isolated yet spiritually rich region, Tibetan rituals were born, a tapestry woven with Buddhist principles and Bon beliefs, each thread carrying profound meaning. These rituals emerged not as mere ceremonies, but as tools to align the chaos of life with the tranquility of the spirit. Picture the gentle spinning of prayer wheels, each turn echoing centuries of prayers sent into the universe. Envision the delicate art of creating sand mandalas, where vibrant grains form intricate designs, only to be swept away in a poignant reminder of life's impermanence. These practices are more than visually striking. They are acts of deep mindfulness and devotion, reminding us of the transient nature of existence. Tibetan history is inseparable from its spiritual traditions. From the arrival of Buddhism in the 7th century, to the profound teachings of great masters like Padmasambhava, Tibetan rituals evolved as a means of cultivating compassion, wisdom, and inner peace. They reflect the belief that spirituality is not confined to meditation halls but can be found in every aspect of life. From the chanting of mantras to the lighting of butter lamps, symbolizing the dispelling of ignorance. Today, these ancient practices resonate far beyond the borders of Tibet. They inspire people from all walks of life to pause, reflect, and reconnect with their inner selves. They offer timeless lessons of mindfulness, of resilience, and of the transformative power of compassion. In a world often consumed by noise and distractions, Tibetan rituals remind us of the beauty of stillness and the strength found in understanding our interconnectedness. As we delve deeper into this rich spiritual heritage, we'll uncover how these practices continue to shape not only Tibetan culture, but also modern approaches to spirituality worldwide. By exploring these rituals, we are not merely studying the past. We are embracing a timeless path to harmony and enlightenment. Join me as we unravel the story of Tibetan history through its sacred rituals. Let's walk together into a world where history meets the divine and where the wisdom of the ancients lights the way for our journey ahead. Every gesture in a Tibetan ritual tells a story of faith, connection, and the pursuit of enlightenment. These movements are not random, they are deliberate, each one carrying layers of symbolism that link the physical with the spiritual. From the mesmerizing spin of prayer wheels to the harmonious chants of monks, every action is a bridge between the human and the divine, between the fleeting and the eternal. Imagine the serene atmosphere of a Tibetan monastery, where the soft murmur of prayers fills the air. A monk gently spins a prayer wheel, its surface engraved with sacred mantras. With every turn, it's believed these prayers are released into the universe, a call for compassion and peace that transcends the boundaries of time and space. This simple yet profound act is more than a ritual. It's a way to amplify one's intentions and harmonize with the cosmos. The rhythmic chanting of Tibetan monks carries a power that resonates deeply within. These chants, often recitations of ancient texts or mantras, are believed to align the vibrations of the human mind and body with universal energies. The deep, resonant tones create a meditative state, drawing practitioners closer to enlightenment while radiating peace into the world. Each syllable is a step on the path to awakening, a reminder of the sacred teachings passed down through centuries. Even the smallest actions, like the offering of a butter lamp or a pinch of incense, carry profound significance. The flickering light of the lamp symbolizes the dispelling of ignorance, illuminating the path to wisdom. The fragrant smoke of incense represents the purification of the mind, creating a space for mindfulness and reflection. These gestures are not just offerings to the divine, but acts of inner transformation. Fostering a connection between the practitioner and the sacred, Tibetan rituals are a living embodiment of the history and philosophy of Tibetan Buddhism. They carry the teachings of great spiritual masters who emphasize the importance of intention behind every action. Through these rituals, practitioners seek to embody compassion, mindfulness, and the understanding that life is interconnected and impermanent. But what do these rituals mean for us today? In a fast-paced world, they remind us to slow down, to find meaning in the seemingly mundane, and to connect with something greater than ourselves. These sacred actions, steeped in the wisdom of Tibetan history, offer timeless lessons for modern life, lessons of humility, gratitude, and the profound impact of mindfulness. So, as we explore the deeper meanings behind these sacred actions, let's open our hearts to the wisdom they hold. Let's uncover how each movement, each chant, and each offering serves as a thread in the tapestry of Tibetan spirituality, weaving a path that leads to peace, harmony, and a deeper connection with the divine. Did you know that the simple act of repeating a mantra can transform not only your mindset, but your entire way of being? Tibetan chants, ancient and profound, are more than words. They are vibrations that align the soul with the universal energy that flows through all things. These sacred sounds carry the wisdom of centuries, a living connection to the spiritual heart of Tibetan history. Imagine sitting in the quiet stillness of a Tibetan monastery, the air alive with the deep, resonant chants of monks. Each mantra, carefully chosen and reverently recited, holds layers of meaning. These are not just sounds, they are keys to unlocking inner peace and mental clarity, tools for transcending the distractions of the mind and connecting with the essence of existence. One of the most well-known and powerful mantras is Om Mani Padme Hum. This 6-syllable mantra, associated with Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, is believed to embody the entire teachings of Tibetan Buddhism. Each syllable has a specific purpose, from purifying negative emotions to cultivating wisdom and compassion. Chanting it is said to open the heart and transform suffering into joy. Another profound mantra is Tayatha Om Bakanze, Bakanze, Maha Bakanze, Radza Samudgate Soha, often referred to as the Medicine Buddha mantra. This mantra is a call for healing, not just of the body but of the mind and spirit. Its vibrations are thought to bring about harmony, dispel negativity, and guide practitioners toward physical and emotional well-being. The repetition of these mantras isn't about memorization or perfection, it's about intention. The sounds resonate with the practitioner's energy, aligning their thoughts, emotions, and spirit with the greater cosmos. As the words flow, they create a meditative rhythm that calms the mind and fosters a sense of peace and clarity. But what do these mantras mean for us today? In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, they offer a sanctuary of stillness and mindfulness. Incorporating mantras into daily life doesn't require hours of practice or extensive knowledge of Tibetan history. All it takes is a moment to sit, breathe, and let the sacred sounds guide you inward. Begin with just a few repetitions. You might chant Om Mani Padme Hum as you wake up in the morning, setting an intention of compassion for the day ahead. Or try the Medicine Buddha mantra during times of stress or illness, allowing its healing energy to soothe your spirit. Over time, these practices can become a powerful anchor, helping you navigate life with greater clarity and calm. As we explore these ancient mantras and their historical context, let's embrace the wisdom they offer. Let's open ourselves to their transformative power, allowing them to guide us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. Tibetan chants are not just echoes of the past. They are living tools for awakening, waiting to help us rediscover our inner peace and harmony. From the flickering glow of intricately designed butter lamps to the haunting resonance of ceremonial trumpets echoing through mountain valleys, Tibetan rituals come alive through sacred objects imbued with deep meaning. These items are far more than tools. They are vessels of spiritual energy, carrying centuries of history and symbolism. They bridge the material and the spiritual, creating a tangible connection to the divine. Picture a quiet monastery, high in the Himalayas, where rows of butter lamps cast a golden light, their flames dancing softly in the stillness. These lamps are offerings of devotion, their light symbolizing the dispelling of ignorance and the illumination of wisdom, made from yak butter or oil. Each lamp represents the practitioner's aspirations, a small yet profound gesture of surrender and connection to the sacred. Then there's the sound of the ceremonial trumpet, or dungchen, its low, resonant tone carrying across the vast landscapes. These trumpets, sometimes as long as 10 feet, are more than musical instruments. They call practitioners to ceremonies, guiding their minds to focus on the sacred. The sound is said to awaken dormant energies and evoke a sense of awe and reverence, reminding us of the vastness of existence. Consider also the use of malas, or prayer beads, a tool both practical and spiritual. Each bead is turned with care as mantras are recited, grounding the practitioner in the present moment while keeping count of their prayers. These beads, often made from materials like wood, bone, or precious stones, carry their own significance, chosen for their spiritual properties and connection to nature. Other sacred objects like the vajra and bell play a central role in Tibetan rituals. The vajra represents the indestructible nature of truth, a reminder of the unshakable clarity and strength that comes with enlightenment. The bell, on the other hand, symbolizes wisdom and the feminine aspect of compassion. Together, they embody the union of wisdom and method, essential for spiritual awakening. Even the vibrant prayer flags strung across mountain passes serve as sacred objects. Each flutter in the wind carries prayers and blessings into the world, spreading messages of peace and compassion to all beings. Their colors and symbols are carefully chosen, reflecting the harmony of the elements and the teachings of Tibetan Buddhism. These objects are deeply rooted in Tibetan history, their designs and purposes shaped by centuries of devotion and cultural evolution. They reflect the core principles of Tibetan Buddhism, the importance of mindfulness, the interconnectedness of all things, and the transformative power of intention. But they are not relics of the past. Today, These sacred items continue to inspire and guide practitioners around the world. Whether it's the lighting of a butter lamp, the recitation of mantras with a mala, or simply reflecting on the sound of a trumpet, these objects remind us of the profound connection between the physical and the spiritual. As we explore their historical significance, let's also reflect on the lessons they offer. Tibetan sacred objects teach us to see beyond the material, to recognize the spiritual energy that flows through all things. They invite us to embrace mindfulness, compassion, and the timeless wisdom that can guide us on our own paths to peace and understanding. Life, death, and rebirth. These are not merely concepts in Tibetan philosophy. They are the essence of existence itself. Deeply interwoven into the spiritual fabric of Tibetan history, these cycles are reflected in profound rituals that teach us about impermanence, compassion, and the journey toward enlightenment. Through practices like the sky burial and the intricate creation of sand mandalas, Tibetans embrace the transient nature of life and uncover the path to ultimate liberation. Imagine standing on a high plateau, surrounded by the vast and silent beauty of the Tibetan landscape. This is the setting for the sky burial, a ritual both raw and deeply spiritual. In this practice, the body of the deceased is offered to vultures, a sacred act symbolizing the impermanence of life and the interconnectedness of all beings. By relinquishing the physical body to nourish other life forms, practitioners embrace the Buddhist teaching of detachment, letting go of the self and recognizing that life and death are part of a greater cycle. The sky burial is not a moment of sorrow but one of acceptance and reverence. It embodies the understanding that death is not an end but a transition, a doorway to the next phase of existence. The ritual serves as a reminder to live fully in the present, unburdened by fear, and to approach death with grace and mindfulness. Equally powerful is the creation of sand mandalas, intricate designs painstakingly crafted by Tibetan monks over days or even weeks. Each grain of colored sand is placed with precision, forming patterns that symbolize the universe and the journey to enlightenment. These mandalas are not created to be permanent. Once completed, they are ceremonially destroyed, their vibrant beauty swept away in a poignant act that mirrors the impermanence of life. This act of dissolution carries profound lessons. It reminds us that nothing in life is permanent, that beauty, achievements, and even our own existence are fleeting. Yet, within this impermanence lies an opportunity, the chance to live with intention, compassion, and mindfulness, knowing that every moment matters. The destruction of the mandala is not an act of loss but of liberation, a letting go that clears the way for new beginnings. Both the sky burial and the sand mandala highlight core principles of Tibetan Buddhism. The acceptance of impermanence, the release of attachment, and the cultivation of wisdom. They teach us that by embracing the transient nature of life, we can free ourselves from suffering and move closer to enlightenment. But these rituals are not confined to the high mountains of Tibet. Their lessons resonate universally, offering guidance for modern life. In a world that often clings to material possessions and permanence, they remind us of the beauty in change, the necessity of letting go, and the transformative power of living in the present. As we explore these sacred practices, let's reflect on their deeper meanings. Tibetan history and philosophy invite us to face life's uncertainties with courage, and to find peace in the knowledge that all things are connected, ever-changing, and filled with infinite potential. These rituals are not just traditions of the past. They are timeless teachings for anyone seeking to live more fully and let go with grace. In today's fast-paced, often overwhelming world, it's easy to feel disconnected from ourselves, from others, and from the deeper meaning of life. But Tibetan rituals, rooted in centuries of history and wisdom, offer us powerful lessons in mindfulness, compassion, and the importance of community. These ancient practices, born in the heart of the Himalayas, hold a timeless relevance that can bring balance and clarity to our modern lives. Imagine a life where each moment is infused with purpose, where even the smallest actions carry deep meaning. This is the essence of Tibetan rituals. From the rhythmic spinning of prayer wheels to the gentle lighting of butter lamps, every act is performed with intention, connecting the physical to the spiritual. These rituals remind us that even in the chaos of life, there is room for mindfulness and reflection. One of the most beautiful aspects of Tibetan culture is its focus on compassion. In Tibetan Buddhism, compassion is not just a virtue, it's a way of life. Rituals like chanting Om Mani Padme Hum embody this principle, offering prayers not just for the self but for all beings. This universal compassion is a cornerstone of Tibetan history, a guiding light that encourages us to act with kindness and empathy in our daily lives. Community is another vital element of Tibetan rituals. Whether it's monks gathered in a monastery to create a sand mandala, or families coming together to celebrate Losar, the Tibetan New Year, these practices emphasize the importance of collective harmony. They teach us that we are stronger when we are united, that the bonds we share with others can bring joy and resilience even in the face of challenges. But how can we adapt these lessons to our modern lives? The beauty of Tibetan wisdom is that it doesn't require grand gestures or a complete lifestyle change. It starts with small, meaningful actions. Begin your day with a moment of mindfulness, perhaps a silent repetition of a mantra or a few deep breaths to ground yourself. Consider lighting a candle or incense, letting it symbolize your intentions for the day ahead. Incorporate acts of compassion into your routine. It could be as simple as offering a kind word to a colleague, helping a neighbor, or setting aside time to truly listen to someone who needs support. These small gestures rooted in Tibetan teachings can have a profound impact on your own well-being and on those around you. And don't forget the importance of community. Take time to connect with others, whether it's sharing a meal with loved ones, participating in a group activity, or volunteering for a cause you care about. These moments of togetherness reflect the communal spirit of Tibetan rituals and remind us of the joy found in shared experiences. Tibetan history is rich with lessons that transcend time and culture. Its rituals are more than traditions. They are pathways to a more mindful, compassionate, and connected life. By embracing even a small piece of this wisdom, we can bring a sense of peace and purpose into our everyday routines. So, let's take a moment to reflect on what Tibetan rituals teach us, to slow down, to act with compassion, and to cherish the connections that make life meaningful. These practices are not just relics of the past. They are gifts that can guide us in creating a life filled with balance, harmony, and joy. Tibetan rituals are not just echoes of an ancient past. They are a living, breathing tradition that continues to inspire and guide people across the globe. These practices, deeply rooted in history and spirituality, carry the essence of Tibetan resilience and the unbreakable connection between humanity and the sacred. To truly understand their significance is to step into a world where every gesture, every chant, and every offering holds profound meaning. Imagine the vast landscapes of Tibet, where time seems to stand still and the whispers of history echo through the mountains. In this land, rituals have evolved over centuries, shaped by the teachings of Buddhism and the enduring spirit of the Tibetan people. They are not just ceremonies. They are expressions of a worldview that sees life as a sacred journey, one that intertwines the material and the spiritual. The historical significance of Tibetan rituals lies in their ability to adapt and endure. Despite challenges, these traditions have been preserved and passed down through generations, offering timeless lessons in compassion, mindfulness, and community. From the intricate art of sand mandalas to the solemn practice of sky burials, each ritual tells a story of faith, devotion, and the understanding of impermanence. But what makes these rituals so impactful is their universality. They remind us of truths that transcend time and culture, the fleeting nature of life, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the importance of living with intention. In a world that often feels fragmented and rushed, these practices invite us to pause, reflect, and reconnect with something greater than ourselves. Take a moment to consider the spinning of a prayer wheel, its gentle motion releasing mantras into the world, or the lighting of a butter lamp, its flame symbolizing the illumination of wisdom. These acts may seem simple, yet they carry a depth that resonates far beyond the act itself. They teach us to find the sacred in the everyday, to approach life with mindfulness and gratitude. As we reflect on the resilience and spirituality of the Tibetan people, we are also reminded of our shared humanity. Tibetan rituals connect us to a lineage of wisdom that spans centuries, bridging the past and the present. They show us that in embracing our shared struggles and triumphs, we can find a deeper sense of purpose and belonging. In today's fast-paced world, these traditions hold a mirror to our own lives. They challenge us to slow down, to live with intention, and to cultivate compassion, not just for ourselves, but for all beings. By understanding and appreciating their historical significance, we honor the spirit of Tibetan history while finding inspiration to live more fully in our own time. As we close, let's take a moment to reflect on what these rituals mean for us. They are not just practices to observe, but lessons to carry forward. Reminders that life is both fleeting and sacred, that every action can hold meaning, and that through mindfulness, we can connect to something greater than ourselves. Tibetan rituals are a gift, a timeless guide to living with purpose, balance, and peace.